Right, so hello guys.
Hello po.
Today we have changing fraction to decimal and vice versa. Our objectives: number 1, illustrate and classify fractions. Number 2, express fraction as decimal or changing fraction as decimal. Okay po. 3, classify decimals. 4, we have to change decimal as fraction, vice versa. 5, show interest in doing the assigned task for better results. Right? So, any number that can be written in the form A over B, where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0, is called a rational number. So, when you say rational number, lahat po ng mga numbers na pwedeng isulat sa fraction. No? Remember, bawal po yung B na magiging 0. Okay? Kapag nangyari yon, yan po ay undefined. The phrase B is not equal to 0 is a necessary phrase restriction because division by 0 is not allowed. It is useful to convert fraction to decimals or vice versa, especially when we need to compare or perform operations with number in different forms. Ulitin ko po, yung fraction natin na A over B, yan po yung ating forma, no? Yung B dapat hindi siya magi-equal to 0. Kapag nangyari yon, and that is undefined. Hindi mabibigyan ng solusyon. Walang solusyon. Undefined. Okay po? Next. Remember, we have whole numbers, integers, fractions, percent, terminating, and repeating decimals are rational numbers since it can be written in fractional form. Lahat ng mga ito, whole numbers, kapag sinulat natin yung whole number ng fraction, let's say for instance 5, kapag ginawa natin fraction, that is 5 over 1. Okay po? Yung 6, kapag gusto niyang gawin ng fraction, that is 6 over 1. Okay? Then we have the positive and negative integers. So negative 3, kapag ginawa mong fraction, that is negative 3 over 1. Then of course, the fractions, 1/2, 1/3, 1/5, and so on. Percent can be written into fraction. Terminating decimal, ito po yung mga tinatawag natin terminating, 0.5, no? 0.33, repeating, no? Lahat yan ay pwedeng isulat ng fraction. So yan yung sinasabi niya. Whole numbers, integers, fraction, percent, terminating, and repeating decimals are rational numbers since it can be written into fractional form. Fraction. What is fraction? Fraction is a part of a whole. Okay? So parte lang po niyan. Katulad ng pizza pie, no? Kapag hinati mo, yung kalahati niya ay tinatawag natin 1/2, just like this. Okay? And that 1/2 is a part of the whole. Okay, so we have here a pie, nahati po siya. So the shaded or the green part or green region of it, that is 1/2. Then the pie divided into 5 regions. The first one or yung isang slice po ay tinatawag natin 1/5. A pie divided into 8. Yung isa doon ay 1/8. A pie divided into 3. Yung isa doon ay 1/3. A pie divided into 6. Yung region na yun na may green shaded, and that is 1/6. A pie divided into 9. Yung shaded doon na isang part, that is 1/9. Okay? A pi divided into 4, yung isang part doon ay 1/4. A pi divided into 7, the one of it is 1/7. A pi divided into 10, that is 1/10. And that is what we call fraction. So all of these are fractions. Naintindihan? Okay, so we have here 75 divided by 4 is equal to 18, then with remainder 3. But before that, of course, no, I'd like to introduce to you again, no, even though this division parts, no, or part of the division house, were already discussed with you during your elementary time. So we have the division house. Yung 4 sa labas, we have the divisor. The 75 inside of the division house is dividend. The answer is quotient. And of course, the remainder. Okay? Now, so madalas yan ginagawa ninyo nung LM kayo, wala kayong ano, no? Hindi nyo sinasagad yung pagdi-divide. Maaring hanggang doon lang may remainder. Ano? Sasabihin niya, ma'am, may remainder. Sir, may remainder. Okay. But this time po, wala tayong remainder. Tatapusin po natin, no, hanggang sa magiging 0 yung remainder. Naintindihan? Moving on, we have here types of fractions. So before we go about changing fraction to decimal and decimal to fraction, so let us see or let us know the different types of fractions. No? I know these are 3 types of fractions. The first one is proper fraction. So when you say proper fraction, the numerator, which is the top number, is smaller than the denominator rather, which is the bottom number. Mas mataas po yung bottom number. For example, we have here 2/5, 5/11, 8/13. Alright, so yun pa yung mga sample natin, tatlo. So as you can see, the numerator or the numerators rather are what? Smaller than the denominators, 5, 11, and 13. Now sample we have here, the division house. Sample of proper fraction, changing this fraction to decimal. No, the numerator, which is 2, should be written inside of the division house. So we have 2 divided by 5. Yan. So 2 divided by 5 is 0. Yan. So isulat ninyo yung 0 sa itaas. Then put a decimal point beside of 2 and add 0 to make it 20. Your new dividend is 20. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. So don't forget to put the decimal point. If you add 0, so that is 2.0, then you put also the decimal point, no? Dun sa itaas nung 2.0 for the what do you call this? Quotient. So we have here 0.4. 4 times 5 is 20. Then after multiplying, that's the time you're going to subtract. Then 0 minus 0 is 0. Then 2 minus 2 is also 0. Okay? You can use 1, 0 is enough. No? Do not use 0, 0 anymore. Okay? So again, 1, 0 is enough. As you can see, there is no remainder. No? 0 po ang remainder. Now, 2/5 or 2/5 is equal to 0.4. This 0.4 is decimal. This 2/5 is a fraction. As you can see, the result, changing this fraction 2/5 into decimal, it becomes what? 0.4. And that 0.4 is a terminating decimal. So when you say terminating decimal, may hangganan po. Naintindihan? May hangganan. Okay po? Yan po yung tinatawag nating finite. No? Hindi po siya infinite. So, okay po. Next. Number 2 is improper fraction. So when we say improper fraction, it's a fraction. Yan. The numerator is larger than denominator. Okay po. Example, we have here 5 halves. So binaliktad ko lang yung example natin sa proper kanina. So 2/5, ginawa kong 5 halves. Okay po? 5 kalahati raw. Okay? Another example we have here, 11/5. Next, we have 13/8. Next, we have 25/5. Alright, so we have here improper fraction. Magdi-divide po tayo. Changing improper fraction to decimal. So 11/5, no? We will change it to decimal. How? We put the 11 inside of the division house. No? So we have 11 tapos divided by 5. So 11/5, no, is 2. Okay po? 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Then 1 minus 0 is 1. Then 1 minus 1 is 0. Bring down 0. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. So meron na kayo ngayon ano, no? So nag-add tayo ng 0, that is point, no? So ayan. So ano sagot natin? So 2.2. Okay? All right. So nilagay po natin yung ano, no? So 10 divided by 5 is 2. So you put the decimal point, no, dun sa ating quotient. So 2.2. Okay? So 2 times 5 is 10. And that is, the remainder is 0. Okay? So next is mixed number. So ano pong mixed number? This one. The combination of whole number and a fraction. Okay, so katulad nito, 10 and 1/2. The 10 is what we call the whole number and we have the 1/2 is the fractional part. Another example, we have 1 and 1/5, 13 and 3/8, 25 and 1/5. Okay, so all of these are example of mixed number. Again, all of these are examples of mixed number. Next. Now we're going to change this mixed number into decimal. So mixed number, we have 13 and 3/8, and that is equal to 13.375 hundredths. Okay po? So yan po yung sinasabi nila, 13.375. Nung kadalasan sinasabi ng, o yung mga naririnig natin. Instead of reading 13 and the decimal point read as and the 375 hundredths. Okay? The 3 is what we call the tens with THS, and 7 is the hundredths, and 5 is thousands. Thousand nga ba? Tens, hundred, thousand. Tama. So we have here 13 and 375 thousands. Let's see. Ang i-divide na lang po natin dito ay yung fraction or yung fractional part. The whole number, which is 13, is not anymore. Okay, so do not divide it anymore or do not include. So 3 divided by 8 po ang ating ano. So yan po, ilagay natin. Again, mixed number, decimal number. And we have the terminating decimal. Terminating pa rin po yung 13.375. Terminating po. Now, 3 divided by 8. Ayan po. No, since cannot be, no? Pwede kayo maglagay ng 0, then point, add 0. Isang 0 muna. Huwag niyong diretso yan. So, ilalagay po ninyo ang sagot doon, 0. Tapos, nag-add kayo ng point dito sa right side ng 3, then add 0. Your new, siyempre, maglalagay na rin po kayo ng point doon sa itaas. So, 0 point po ang nakalagay doon. Then, your new dividend is 30. 30 divided by 8 is 3. So, we have 8, 16, 24. So, mayroong excess na 6. So, 3 times 8 is 24. Ayan. So, lagyan nyo ng binkulong or yung bar. Tapos, 0 minus 4 cannot be borrow 1 from 3 to make it 10. Then the 2 becomes, and the 3 rather becomes 2. Then 10 minus 4 is 6. Then 2 minus 2 is 0. So, kahit hindi na ninyo lagyan ng 0 dito, anyway, you have 6. Then, 6. Nung LM kayo, titigil na kayo dyan. So, 6. May remainder na 6. Ganon. Hindi po. Huwag kayong titigil hanggat hindi natin nakuha yung saktong sagot. Then, add 0. Bring down 0. Your new dividend is 60. 60 divided by 8, that is 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Then 0 minus 6 cannot be borrowed 1 from 6 to make it 10, and the 6 becomes 5. So 10 minus 6 is 4. Then of course, 5 minus 5 is 0. So wag na niyo lagyan ng 0. Dito na lang po. So 6. Then add 0 again, 40. Your new dividend is 40. 40 divided by 8 is 5. Then multiply, 5 times 8 is 40. Of course, 40 minus 40 is equal to 0. Or 0 minus 0 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. As 1, 0 na lang po. Okay? Now, as you can see, 13.375. And still, this is terminating decimal. So, when we say terminating decimal, may hangganan po. Naintindihan? Nakakita na kayo ng number na tuloy-tuloy walang hangganan? Yun po yung tinatawag natin non-terminating. Walang hangganan. Okay po? Naririnig niyo ako?
Opo.
Yes.
Opo.
So, let us now proceed to decimal number. A number that uses a decimal point followed by digit that show a value smaller than 1. For example, we have here 42.5, 40-2.5. And that is 42.5. Okay? Is a decimal number. Now, that 0.5, no, yung nasa right side ng 42, 0.5 is less than or smaller value than 1. So, kalahati lang ng 1 yan. So, 0.5. So, 42.5. 42 and 1/2. Parang ganun po. Okay? So, let us continue. We have here the place value chart, decimal. So, we have the dot or the point here, read as end. Yung nasa right side nito ay ones. No? Pangalawa nito ay tens. Pangatlo nito ay hundreds. Pang-apat nito ay thousand, and so on. Okay po. Sa right side naman po ng decimal, we have tens with THS. Then, sunod ay hundreds. Sunod po ay thousands, and so on. Okay po. Next. Decimal place value chart. Let's say, for instance, 786. and 432 thousandths. Yun po yung tamang basa. Hindi katulad ng 786.432. Ganun po yung basa ng mga karamihan ng mga tao. Okay po. Pero ang tama raw dyan ay 786, no? And 432 thousandths. Okay? So, para yung basa nilang ano, no? No, room 2205. Ayan, ganun po. Room 205. Saan makikita raw yung ano, yung kwarto nila, ano, yung kaibigan mo, nasa room 205. O, ganon sila noon, di ba? Zero. Yung zero po ginagamit nila. Yung number zero po ginagamit nila as letter O. No? 205. Ganon sila. Okay? So, yung zero natin ginagamit nilang O. Bakit? No? Sana nung ano, nag-alpabeto tayo pagdating natin ng O, sabihin natin zero. No? Babalik ta rin natin. Mali yun. It should be 205. Mas madali raw sabihin 205. Mali po yun. Ang gusto nila bayaan sila. Okay? So, let us continue. Kinds of decimals. Kanina, types of fraction, we have proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. This time, kinds of decimals naman po, since we are going to change, no, fraction, or we're going to change the fraction into decimal and change the decimal into fraction, vice versa. Kinds of fraction, kinds of decimals, we have number 1, terminating decimal. Number 2, we have repeating decimal. Number 3, non-terminating, yung walang hangganan po. Non-terminating decimal or non-repeating. Hindi po siya nauulit, hindi, wala rin po siyang hangganan. Okay? Let us continue. Okay, so number 1, we have terminating decimal. So when we say terminating decimal, may hangganan. Is a decimal that ends. Okay, natapos daw siya. Parang ano, no, buhay lang ng hayop, buhay ng tao, no, may katapusan. So terminating. Number 2, we have here, sample muna tayo. Number 1, we have here 0.5. Another example, we have 0.25. Number 3, 0.75. Number 4, 0.4. Number 5, 2.2. Number 6, 13 and 375 thousandths. Okay? So, lahat ng mga ito ay sample or examples of terminating decimal. May hangganan. Okay po? That 0.5 is 1/2. Parang gano'n. That 0.25 is 1/4. No? That 0.75 is 3/4 and so on. Alright, so number 2, we have repeating decimal or recurring decimal. So when we say repeating, may nauulit na digit po, may nauulit na numero. Ang tawag natin doon ay repeatant number. So, is a decimal representation of a number whose digits are periodic and infinitely repeated portion is not zero. So, tandaan niyo ang repeated portion or repeated number doon cannot be zero. No? Pwedeng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ang mga repeated numbers or digits. Example, we have here, yan. So, 0.7777. Okay, walang hangganan po yung 7 and that is 0.7. Okay, so pwede natin putulin po and that is, pwede natin lagyan ng bar sa itaas ng 7. Okay? Next, number 2, we have 0.8181818181. Okay, so ang repeating digit natin dyan ay 8 and 1. Repeating decimal po yan. Okay? Next, number 3, we have here 0.4444. Okay, ang repeating digit natin dyan ay 4. Pwede natin lagyan ng bar sa taas. Next, number 4, 1.85, 1.85. No? So, we have here 851, 851, 851. So, the repeating decimal or repeating numbers are 8, 5, and 1. Next number 5. 0.56, 56, 56. Ang repeated digit natin or numbers are 5 and 6. Okay, so repeated number, the part of repeating decimal that is repeated as, just like in number 1, 7, number 2, 81, number 3, 4, number 4, 851, and number 5, 5 and 6 or 56. Can you follow? Naintindihan po? Right, so let us now proceed to number 3, non-repeating or non-terminating. So when we say non-terminating, wala pong katapusan. Okay? Yan. Now, non-repeating or non-terminating is a decimal number that continues endlessly with no group of digits. Repeating endlessly, decimal of this type cannot be represented as fractions, and as a result are irrational numbers. Kanina, we define rational numbers, no? Lahat ng mga numbers na pwedeng isulat ng fractions, no? In the form of A over B. This time, no? So when we say non-repeating, non-terminating, ang tawag natin sa kanila ay irrational. Now, ito pa yung mga sample natin sa irrational. Number 1, we have pi. Pi is a non-terminating or non-repeating decimal. Number 2, we have the square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5. Square root of, we have 28.12111222111. Okay? So, mahirap po i-identify kung ano po yung repeated digit or number. Naintindihan? Hello? So, we have pi. Kapag sinabi natin pi, that is 3.14. No? Hindi po sakto yan, ha? Non-terminating kasi yung, yung pi value. Pero nung ginagamit ninyo nung grade 5 kayo, grade 6 kayo, 3.14. No? Kulang po. Meron po siyang discrepancy, may konting pagkakamali. Okay? Kapag ni-round off nyo naman po ng 3.15, sobra naman po, may discrepancy. Ayan. Kahit i-browse ninyo sa internet ang value ng pi, wala pong hangganan yan. Punong-puno po yung isang pahina ng papel o di kaya isang libro punong-puno po yon, no? Pi value pa rin. Kasi nga may kwento daw diyan, no? So sabi nung dalawang nag-uusap, no? What I like. So yun lang po yung yung what, how many letters? 3, 4. No? How pala? How I like. No? How stands for, how, ilang letters ba yung how? 3. Ayan, 3. How I naman po 1. No? Like, then we have 4 letters. No? So, nag-uusap to sila pero hindi ko na inintindi yung pag-uusap nila sa dami ng problema natin. Okay po? Okay po? Nakikinig? Hello?
Opo, sir.
Okay, so activity na tayo. Yan. Meron ba kayong natandaan? Bago tayo mag-activity po. Okay, so we have the 3 types of fractions. So what are the 3 types of fractions? Sige nga. Anyone? Bilis. Wala. Magsabi na lang po. Apelido tapos kasi naka-full naka-full yan.
Talk mo po.
Talk mo, go.
Proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed number.
Alright, so very good. Then we have the, ano naman to yung isa? About decimal. So,
Terminating
what are the
decimals po.
different decimals?
Sir, terminating decimals po.
Terminating decimals, what else? Non-terminating. Repeating. Okay? Naintindihan? So, when you say terminating, may hangganan. Non-terminating, walang hangganan. Repeating, yan din po yung walang hangganan at nauulit lang. Okay po? Okay. So, number 1 we have here, 4/5 is TD. How come that this is TD? Stands for terminating decimal. Let's read the instructions. Change the given fraction to decimals. Write TD if it is a terminating decimal and RD if it is repeating decimal. The first one is done for you. Sige nga, make it quick. No? Medyo bilis-bilisan. You proceed to number 2. 14 divided by 9. Now, what did you notice about this number 2? Number 2. What did you notice? The numerator is
larger than the
larger or
denominator.
greater than yan. So, the numerator is greater than the denominator. O sige, mag-divide po para masagutan natin to. 14 divided by 9. Ang 14 po ay nasa loob ng division house. Yung 9 nasa divisor. Sige. Paunahan po. Bibigyan ko ng recitation ang makagawa kaagad. Okay, so if you are done, sabihin lang po yung apelyido tapos sagot.
Cruz, sir.
Come again?
Cruz.
Cruz. Ang sagot, Cruz?
1.5555556 po.
Okay? So, nakita mo yung yung 5 mo sa bandang huli ay 6, nagiging 6 kasi nga pinutol na niya. Now, kapag gumagamit tayo ng calculator po, kapag prines mo 14 divided by 9, depende po sa calculator yung kanyang ilalabas na digit. Kung ang inyong calculator ay hanggang 6 digit lang po, puputulin niya talaga yon. Yung doon sa pang-anim na digit ay gagawin niyang 6. Kasi ang kasunod naman niya ay 5 pa rin, kaya 6 po yung para putol na siya. Okay? And that number or decimal is repeating decimal. Cruz, repeating decimal ang sagot mo? RD? Yes, so it's RD. So 1 point for Cruz. 1 point for Cruz. Next, continue.
Sir, Labordo po.
Ah?
Labordo po.
Labordo. Sige, Labordo.
2.333333.
Okay. So, ano sagot? .333 ba yan? 3.333?
2.333 po.
2.333. Ano ngayon ang sagot mo?
Sir, RD po.
Ano ngayon ang sagot?
Repeating decimal po.
Repeating decimal? Is that so? Tingnan natin kung repeating. Ayan. So, we have repeating decimal. Next. Ano apelyido? Labordo?
Opo.
Sige, Labordo. Continue.
Tokmo po.
Tokmo.
3.2 po.
3.2. So, let's see. terminating decimal. Tama ba? Terminating decimal?
Opo.
Okay. So, kasi that is 16 divided by 5 is 3.2. And terminating po. Nag-end. No? Next number. Sino yung nag-recite ng number 4? Talk mo again. Okay, next. Number 5.
Sir, Labordo po.
Labordo.
Sir, 0.4444 po. Tapos po, repeating decimal po yung sagot.
For 0.444, Labordo, 2 points. Let's see if it is correct. Yan, repeating decimal. Number 6. Yung iba naman po. Hindi lang
Helito
si
po.
Takmo, hindi lang si Cruz, hindi lang si Labordo. How about the rest? Number
Helito
6.
po, sir.
Come again?
Helito po.
Elito.
Opo. 9.
Ano sagot? Hmm?
0.9166667.
0.91666. Okay. So, 16666 lang po. Ulitin ko. Kapag ang calculator na pinipress nyo po ay nagpo-present o nagpapakita lang po ng hanggang 6 digit, puputulin niya talaga. Kaya huwag niyong sasabihin 0.9666667. No, it should be 0.9166666 and so on. Okay po? And that is, kapag bumili po kayo ng calculator, lalong-lalo na kapag scientific calculator, no? Mas mura po yung mga hanggang 5 decimal places lang po, 6, 7, no? Pero kapag ang bibili niyo 10, 11, 12, no? Ilalabas lahat ng digit. Okay po? Naintindihan? Next. And that is repeating decimal.
Sir De La Cruz po.
Sir, Bibanyas po, sir.
Talk mo po.
Okay, next.
Cruz po.
Sino?
De La Cruz po,
Talk mo
sir.
po.
Cruz, sir. Kanina ko pa sila
Sir, Labordo po.
Teka lang.
Sir,
1,
Bibanyas.
2, 3. Go.
De La Cruz.
Lectura po.
Lectura.
7.5 po.
7.5. That is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5.
Terminating.
Terminating. So, lectura is correct. Terminating. Next, number 8. Go.
De la Serna
De
po.
La Cruz, sir.
De la Serna.
Weird.
1.8333333 po.
Okay, so we have 11 divided by 6 is 183333. And that is
Repeating decimal po.
repeating decimal. Okay, so De La Serna, 1 point. Next, number 9.
Cruz,
Talk
sir.
mo po.
Cruz. Nauna si Cruz.
0.2121212121.
So 0.212121. Okay? So your answer, De La Cruz. Si Cruz ba to? Si Renzel?
Opo.
Okay, so anong sagot?
0.21212121 po.
Opo. Is it TD, RD?
Repeating po.
Repeating. That is RD. 2 points. Next, number 10, go.
Po, sir.
De La Cruz, sir.
Tabalyege po.
Sir, Bibanyas po, Sir, Bibanyas.
Sir,
Okay,
Labor.
ulitin ko ha.
Sir, talk mo.
Unahan, 1, 2, 3.
Sir, Labordo
De La
po.
Cruz.
Bibanyas po, sir.
Bordo.
0.48 po. Tapos po, terminating
Bibanyas
decimal.
0.48. 12 divided by 25. 0.48. Anong sagot yan? TDRD, Labordo.
Decimal po.
Labordo?
Terminating decimal, sir.
Terminating decimal, TD. Okay? So that is correct. Next, we have, madali lang Yung nga lang, ginamitan kasi ninyo ng calculator, kaya mag-practice po muna kayo. Naintindihan? So mag-practice po kayo, no? Of cam. So changing decimal to fraction, we have here 4/5, we will change it to decimal. Okay? So tandaan, yung 4/5, that is a fraction, and of course, the 0.8 is decimal. And 0.8, no, we will change this into fraction. How? So move the decimal point to the right one place, no? And that is, yan. So move the decimal point one place to the right. The 0.8 becomes what? 0.8. Tapos ilalagay yung decimal doon. Kahit wala na po, kasi nagiging whole number na rin naman po yung 8. Okay? At pwede na rin po tanggalin yung 0. So that's why 0, 8 point, no? Or 8. So bakit po nawala yung decimal dun, sir? Kasi nga wala na rin namang number sa right side nito. Okay po? Wala namang number eh. Okay? So 8.0 is the same as 8. Naintindihan? Yan.
Opo.
So we have here the place value chart, no? Yung point na yan, no? We have 1/10, 100s, 1,000s. No? So, huwag niyong kalilimutan, importante po dyan para hindi kayo malito. So, place value chart for decimals. Okay? And the point, read as N. N po, conjunction, N. Then, yung 8/10, yan. So, yan na po, yung 8 po ninyo, so 8/10 na po, no? Kasi dito nga, 0.8. So, yan pa yung shortcut niya. So, kapag minove ninyo yung decimal point, nagiging whole number na 8, tapos lalagyan nyo ng 10. Bakit po 10? Kasi po, that is 0.8, tapos katabi lang po niya yung tens place. No? Sa place value chart, katabi po yung decimal point, no? Yan po yung tens. Kaya 1/10. So that is 8/10 po. Naintindihan? So paliitin nyo na lang po, lowest term, automatic po, nung LM po kayo ay ginagawang instruction po yung get the lowest term, parang gano'n. But this time, since you are already junior high school, no? Hindi na ninyo mababasa na sasabihin sa inyo na get the lowest term. Automatic po na kukunin nyo yung lowest term. So sa madaling salita, you have to present your answer in a lowest term, no? Always po. Yan. So paliitin na lang ninyo divided by the GCF of the numbers 8 and 10. So the greatest common factor of this 8 and 10 is 2. So divisible po yung 8 ng 2. Likewise, 10. So 8 divided by 2 is 4 and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 4/5, nakabalik na tayo sa original na fraction. Okay? So ayan na po. Naintindihan? Naintindihan po?
Opo.
Ayan. So, changing decimal to fraction. Another, we have here 12/25 is equal to 0.48. Now, change this 0.48 into fraction. How? Yan ulit. 0.48 is equal to 48. So, move the decimal point since 2 decimal digit po yan. So, move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Ayan po, nagiging 48. Since wala na pong number na katabi ng 8 sa right side nito, no, 48 na lang po as whole number. Then, over 100. Kasi nga, dalawang digit naman po yung ating i-convert or i-change ng fraction. So, 48 over 100. Kanina, tens, ngayon, hundreds. Okay po? Naintindihan? So, 48 hundreds. Ilo-lowest term na lang po. No? What is the GCF of this 48 and 100? Of course, divided by 4. No? So 48 divided by 4, that is 12 over 25. So 48 divided by 4 is 12. 100 divided by 4 is 25. Yun na po yung lowest term niya, 12 over 25. Can you follow? Question, wala na po? Wala na? Okay. So, moving on. Changing decimal to fraction, we have 7 over 8. That is equal to 0.875 or 875 thousandths. So, how? Tatlo naman po yung dadaanan ng decimal point. So, move the decimal point from left to right, 3 places to the right rather, and it becomes 875. Okay? Then, of course, over 875 over 1,000. So, paliitin natin to. No? You'll get the lowest term of it. The GCF must be higher than 25. No? Kapag nangyari ito at hindi niyo maisip yung higher than 25, pwede naman po. So, 875 divided by 25, that is 35. Then, 1,000 divided by 25, that is 40. Now, try to observe that this 35 and 40 are both what? Divisible by 5. Yes? So, pwede pang i-lowest term. So, 35 divided by 5 is 7. 40 divided by 5 is 8. Now, bumalik na tayo sa original fraction natin kanina, which is 7 over 8. Naintindihan po? So, that is changing decimal to fraction. Naintindihan po? Okay, next. Changing repeating decimal to fraction naman. Repeating po repeating yung nauulit. If this will be the case, tignan natin. Observe. Change the following repeating decimal into fractions. How are decimals changed to fractions? Observe the following illustration. Number 1, we have terminating decimal 0.25. 25 hundredths po yan. And that is 25 over 100. And the lowest term of it is 1/4. Number 2, express 0.28 as fraction in lowest terms. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right. That is 28 over 100. Tapos ilo-lowest term na lang po. That is 7 over 25. Ngayon, ganito po yung solution niya. 28 times, since dalawang po yan, sa decimal place po niya, so, siyempre, 1 over 100 po ang pagmumultiply natin. So, 28 times 1 is 28 over 100. Ito na po siya. Tapos, sa kanya yung ilo-lowest term. Number 3, express 2.7 as fraction in lowest term. You notice that we have whole numbers, whole number 2. So, whole number po yung 2 na yan. Then, the 7-1 is what you call tens place. So, 2 and 7 over 10. Understood? Meron na kayong 2 and 7 over 10 or that is 27 over 10 improper fraction. Okay? So, ganito ang solution niya. Read as 2 and 7 tenths, hence can be written as 2 plus yung 7 na part ng decimal po ay imumultiply ninyo ng 1 over 10. Pwede nyo rin pong shortcutin 7 over 10 kaagad. So, that is 2. Kunin na ninyo yung 2 and 7 over 10. Kapag i-change ninyo ng improper po, i-multiply lang. 10 times 2 is 20 plus 7 is 27 over 10. Tandaan ninyo, ka-equal po ng 27 over 10, yung 2 and 7 tenths at saka 2.7 ay pare-pareho lang sila. Iba-iba lang po yung forma nila. Okay po? Parang kayo lang, Rugged kayo kahapon, parang ganun ang suot nyo, rugged. Tapos, ngayon ay naka-formal attire kayo. Pero kayo pa rin po yon, walang pagbabago. Okay po? Ganun po. Next. Change the following repeating decimal to fraction form. Alright, so express 0.33. So, ibig sabihin, repeating decimal po natin, 0.33 the repeating digit or the repeating number is 3. Right? So express 0.33 as a fraction in lowest term. Solution. Ipagpalagay. So when I say let n, ipagpalagay yung n that is equal or the value of it is 0.33. Okay? So from the process, multiply. I-multiply both sides of this n is equal to 0.33. I-multiply nyo raw ng 10. Bakit po 10? Kasi nag-iisa lang po yung repeating decimal natin. Yung repeating digit is 3. Yung repeating number is 3. Kapag isa lang po yung nauulit, multiply it by 10. So, since there is only one digit repeated, sabi niya. Okay? So, 10 times n is 10n. 0.33 times 10 is 3.33. O, ganyan na po yung nangyari. Ngayon, subtract the two equations. Babalik ta rin po natin. Siyempre, kapag mag-subtract kayo, mas mataas po ito, yung minuend niyo. So, 10n is equal to 3.33. Tapos, ang subtrahen ninyo, that is considered as 1n. Sir, pwede bang tanggalin na lang yung 1? Invisible? Opo. Understood po yun. Tapos, 0.33. Tapos, lalagyan ng vinculum. 33 minus 33, that is 0. Bring down 3. Dito naman po, 10 minus 1 is 9. 9n is equal to 3. Para matanggal yung 9, we will divide both sides of the equation. Divide both sides of the expression by 9. So 9 divided by 9 is 1. 1n na lang po ang natira. Ito na yon. Tapos 3 over 9. Ito na po yon. Ilo-lowest term yung 3 over 9, that is 1/3. Hence, 0.3333 ay pareho ng 1/3. Naintindihan? Ulitin ko, yung 0.333 ay pareho ng 1/3. Number 2, express 0.2727 in fraction form. Now, what did you notice? The repeating decimal is the repeating number or what you call this? Digit which is repeated ay 2 and 7. Tama? Hello?
Opo.
Yan. So multiply both sides
Opo,
by
sir.
100 since there are 2 digits repeated. Dalawa po, no? Na digit, no? 2, 7 po ang nauulit. So 27, 27, 27, walang hangganan. So multiply both sides of this n and this 1 by 100. So 100 times n is 100n. 0.272727 times 10 times 100 rather is 27.2727. Okay? Tapos may tatlong tuldok. Then subtract the two equation. Balik rin natin ulit. Ilalagay natin yung 100 as minuend. Then what you call this? Subtrahen naman po yung n. Okay, so 100n is equal to 27.2727 minus n is equal to 0.2727. Magkatapat po yung 2727 dito, and that is 0. Bring down 27. I-bring down nyo lang yung 27. Okay po? Tapos dito naman, 100 minus 1. Understood na mayroong invisible 1 as numerical coefficient ng n. So, mapapag-aralan nyo about that one, no? Numerical coefficient kapag nasa algebraic expression na tayo, okay? So, understood po na may 1 dito. Katulad ng ginawa ko dyan, no? 1. So, lagyan lang ng 1. So, 100 minus 1 is 99. Para matanggal naman po yung 99, we will divide both sides of the equation. Divide natin ng 99 over 99 dito sa left side ng equation. Ganon din po sa right side, 27 divided by 99. So, tatanggalin na natin 99 divided by 99 and naiwan na lang po ay n equals 27 over 99 or sa lowest term that is 3 over 11. Sa makatuwid, ang 0.2727 ay kapareho ng fraction na 3 over 11. Can you follow? Pwede po kayo mag-picture anytime, no? Tuwing may slide ako, pipicturan, okay lang po, walang problema. Okay? So, let us continue. The alternative method for this, or we call it shortcut, no? For repeating decimal, numerator or digits being repeated. Kapag ang numerator natin ay yan nauulit, denominator is composed of the 9 or composed of the digit 9. The number of nines depend on the number of digit or digits being repeated. For example, 0.444, isa lang po yung nauulit dito, yung 4. Okay? Has only one digit, 4, repeated. Hence, the numerator is 4. Ganun lang po yung shortcut niya. And the denominator has 1, 9. And therefore, 0.4444, that is 4 over 9. Yun lang po yung shortcut niya. Naintindihan? Number 2, 0.2525, 25, walang hangganan po, has 2 digits. Yung 2 at saka 5. Ito po yung tens and hundreds place. Naintindihan? Naintindihan po. Has 2 digits, 2 and 5 repeated, hence numerator is 25. 25 na kaagad, and the denominator has 2 nines, dalawang 9. Therefore, 0.2525, that is equal to 25 over 99. Yan na po, hindi na natin ma-lowest term yan. Naintindihan? Tatandaan niyo po, number 3. 1.126126 has 3 digits, 1, 2, 6, that are repeated. Ulitin ko. Ang nauulit po dyan ay yung 1, 2, 6. Yan. Numerator 1 over 1, 2, 6, tatlo. While the denominator has 3 nines. Okay, so therefore 1.126, 126 is equal to 1 and 126 over 999. Or, pwede natin ilo-lowest term yan. So, 1 and 14 over 111. Or, that is 125 over 111. Okay? So, kinonvert lang natin yung mixed fraction na ito ng improper. So, 111 times 1 is 111 plus 14, that is 125 over 111. Can you follow? Naintindihan po? Wala na akong estudyante. Nasaan na sila? Naintindihan?
Opo, sir.
Alright. So, let's continue. Mixed repeating decimal. Kapag mix, no? Ito po yung nangyayari. Example, x is equal to 0, 1, 0.12222. Okay? So, dalawa po dyan, ay yung nauulit po dyan ay yung 2, yung 1 hindi po. Kapag ganito po ang nangyari, no? Yung x is equal to 0.1222 ay i-multiply natin ng 1. I-multiply po natin ng 10. Okay? Pagka-multiply ng 10, ito na po yung mangyayari sa kanya. 10 times x is 10x. Dito naman, nagiging 1.2222. Okay? So, ito po yung second equation ninyo. Ay, second equation. Equation number 1 or 1, no? Equation 1. Then, pangalawa po, kunin nyo naman po yung 100 niya. So, multiply it by 100. Yan. Pagka-multiply ng 100, nagiging 12.2222. Dito naman, 100x. That is your equation number 2. At the right side of it, ito po ang nasa itaas, yung 100x is equal to 12.2222. Tapos minus, ito naman po ay nasa baba. Magiging subtrahend. So, 10x equals 1.222. Tapos, lagyan ng vinculum. Okay? So, mag-subtract na tayo. 222 minus 222, that is 0. 12 minus 1 is 11, equals. Then 100 minus 10 is 90x. Okay? So instead of using x, using n, x naman po ang ginamit dyan. So any letter will do. Then, divide both sides by 90 para matanggal po yung 90 dito sa left side of the equation. So 90 divided by 90 is 1. So 1x na lang po is equal to 11 divided by 90. Ito na po yung 11 over 90. Sa mga katwid, ang 0.1222 ay kapareho ng 11 over 90. Tandaan, kailan natin gagawin ito? Kapag isa lang pong yung repeating digit, pero yung 1, stagnant po siya. So, nag-stay lang siya, no? As tens. Ano lang siya, okay? So, una, multiply ninyo ng 10 muna, tapos 100. Nasa inyo po kung alin ang gusto ninyong mauna. Multiply it by 100, multiply it by 10. Okay, tapos pagdating doon, saka ninyo ilagay ng 100x is equal to 12.222 minus 10x is equal to 1.222. Then, lagyan ng binkulong. Mag-subtract na kayo. Okay, so dito naman po sa number 2, pansinin ninyo, we have here, x is equal to 0.32555. Dalawa po yung stagnant dito. Ang nauulit lang or repeating decimal is 5. Okay, so multiply natin ng by 10, so nagiging 10x. 10 times 0.32555, that is 3.25555. That is your equation number 1. Ang equation number 2 nyo naman po ay 100 times x is 100x. Pagkatapos, 100 times 0.32555, nagiging 32.555. That is your equation. No? Pagkatapos niyan, since meron pang tatlo yan ito po yung kanina, 5, tapos 2, tapos 3. So, 1,000 naman po. So, 1,000 times x is 1,000x is equal to 0.32555 times 1,000. It becomes 325.555. That is your equation 3. Ala, tatlo na yung equation natin. Baka sabihin ninyo, huwag kayong magpanik. Subtract equation 3 by equation 2. So, ang equation 3 ninyo ay ito, 1,000. Yan. So, 1,000x is equal to 325.555 minus 100x is equal to 32.555. So, cancel ninyo yung 555 dyan, tapos yung 25 at 325 minus 32 ay 293. Now, so 990, magdi-divide kayo both sides by 990. Ang x ninyo ay 293 over 900. Okay? So, tignan ninyo kung pwedeng i-lowest term. Okay po? So, ang ibig sabihin nito ay yung 0.32555 ay kapareho ng 293 over 900. So, pansinin nyo, wala na yung 10. Na? Sir, pwede ba hindi na mag-multiply ng 10? Hindi rin naman nagamit eh. Opo, okay lang. No? Naintindihan? May typographical error dito. 3 ito. Okay po. Ay, hindi. Tama. Kasi nga nasa 2 yung Okay? So, okay na. Naintindihan? Naintindihan po? So, practicein nyo po. Pwede nyo picturean bawat slide ko. Next. Ito na po yung kanyang alternative method naman, shortcut for mixed repeating decimal. Numerator, the number formed by the repeated digit and repeated digit minus unrepeated digit. So yung denominator composed of the digits 9 and 0. The number of 9s depend upon the number of repeated digit. The number of zeros depend upon the number of unrepeated digits. Teka lang, ang labo. Baka sabihin niya, okay? So, example number 1, we have here 0.12222. So, ang nauulit na digit yan ay 2. Yung 1 naman po ay stagnant or steady lang. So, unrepeated ang tawag natin doon. So, unrepeated digit, which is 1. Repeated naman po, yung nauulit ay 2. Okay po? So, combination of repeated and unrepeated digit. Okay? So, numerator ninyo ay 12. Yung nga lang, babawasan nyo raw ng 1 kung ano yung first digit po. Huh? So, nagiging 11. Tapos ang denominator ninyo, 90. 1, 9, and 1, 0. Therefore, 0.122 is equal to 11 over 90. Ito, number 2. Ang unrepeated digit natin ay 2, yung 32. Ang repeated digit natin ay 5. Ang hindi nauulit ay 32. Ang nauulit ay 5. Okay? So, ang numerator ninyo ay 325. Bawasan ninyo nung unrepeated digit na 32. Ganun lang pala ang sistema. Opo. Then, 293 na lang naiwan. Tapos, ang denominator ninyo, since 1, 9, and 2 zeros, kaya 900. Okay po? Naintindihan? Kaya therefore, yung 0.32555, that is 293 over 900. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kapag ganito merong unrepeated, meron tayong tinatawag na 90, no? 900, no? So, yan po. Question. Ulit, pwede niyong picturean. Sabihin niyo lang sa akin kung pipicturean ninyo. Question po. Wala na? Maraming salamat po. So, hanggang dyan lang. Maraming salamat po. Paalam.
Bye po. Thank you po.
Thank you po sa
Okay,